Kia ora and welcome back to the channel. I'm Elvie and today we are looking at some gouache paints. This was a gift from a friend of mine and she wasn't using them, so I have kind of adopted, as you might say or might not say. So today I shall be using them and I've got a painting and swatches ready to go. I have no idea what these paints are like. I haven't heard of them. I haven't watched any videos. I don't know if they're still available anywhere, but I thought it would be fun to try. They are called Talens. So my guess was that they might be like an offspring from Royal Talens, but I could be wrong. I'm not certain about that, and they could just be student grade paint, gouache paints. I have no idea. It does say extra fine down here. It also might be in Dutch or German because their family is Dutch. So yeah, that's the backstory. I'm gonna pour these out on this palette here off camera because I'm not sure how easy it will be to open some of them, and then I'll be back with you guys ready to swatch. This is what I meant, they might be difficult to open. The lid and some of the tube came off. It is quite hard, this one, so I'll probably do a cut down the bottom here and use it like that. Since it is dry, I've put some of it in a corner here and I've put some water on it, so by the time I get around to swatching it should be ready to go. It won't be as opaque as it might be fresh from the tube, but it should work just fine. Okay, after all that, we actually had a good outcome. We had two quite dry ones, completely dried out, sorry, and then we had 5 working, fully functional tubed. The other ones are still fully functional, they just might not be as opaque as the other ones, but I'll swatch them last to let them soak in the water as long as possible, give them the best chance. So without further ado, we shall start with the white gouache. Yes, we'll just swatch it out here. I don't actually know any pigment information either. I couldn't find anything about the tubes online. If any of you guys recognize the tubes or might know something, feel free to leave a comment below and I shall pin it to the top of it, and it would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so that's the white. It looks really opaque. It might dry a lot lighter. I'm trying to do kind of smooth and little water, so less water than I would use for watercolor, let's say, but I'm so used to watercolor that I might add too much watercolor. I'll come in with a second layer as well, which will just be more opaque than this layer as well. So that's the yellow, quite a warm yellow, but it's very beautiful looking. Then we'll go in with the carmine. Ooh, that one's pretty. That looks great. They are quite easy to use. Like these must be quite nice gouaches. My assumption is they maybe are Royal Talens. I did mention that earlier, but I googled it in between that time frame, and Talens was the only brand that really came up. Royal Talens. I do have a few more video reviews coming out in the next little while, but I will try maybe in between those videos do some different types of content. I'm not sure what yet, but we'll see how it goes. Next is the Prussian blue. This one's quite a beautiful one, very dark, but looks great. It's got a very interesting undertone to it. Very not like your phthalo, which is nice. Trying not to let them lead into each other. And then we've got the blue, the green, sorry, dark green as it says. I'll do that one first down the bottom here. This one's very opaque. Could have some cobalt in it if it is genuine pigments, but not sure. Beautiful. Okay, and we'll do the two drier ones. We'll go in with the light blue. Yeah, so definitely not as opaque as it could be. That also might just be how much water I did put with the paint. But I assume it would be slightly more opaque than this straight from the tube. And also, it does re-wet, so that's a great sign, I reckon. And then we've got the black as well. This one, I might have added more water, or it just might be harder to reactivate. I'll try use less water. Again, this one would have been much more opaque if the tubes were wet, and this is definitely why I recommend using gouache straight from the tube, or have a container where it can stay moist without growing mold in it, because they are just so much easier to use damp. So those are the swatches. They're looking really lovely. I've got a sketch there for the painting as well. I'll give you a closer look at the first layer of swatches. So I'll do a second layer of swatches as well, and I shall do the painting. I'll do bits of that on camera and bits of it off camera. I don't want this video dragging out too much for you guys. But yeah, I'll be back with you guys soon. I've been doing some painting and my cat came to visit, so she's off again. But I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. I've just been doing some base layers, so it's not looking amazing. That's kind of just gouache. It takes a few layers before it starts looking like something. But it's been easy to use, no problem so far, and I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, I've continued a little bit further. You can kind of see the layers slowly building up. If it wants to focus, it kind of is. It's just not the right lighting. The colours are working really well. I'll do a little bit with you guys on camera. But no, the colours have been really nice, easy to use. I've been using a lot of the yellow, when the ice cream especially. But all the colours are working wonders, which is so good. I'm not having any struggles with them, and yeah, they're just working reliably, which is exactly what I hoped. So I'm enjoying painting, which is good. I'm not like, I wish this was working this specific way, why is this not happening? I'm like, what colour do I want to put there, sorry for the accent change. I don't have too much more to do. It's a pretty chill painting. Maybe just some raspberry ripples in the sorbet down here. It was really good. Let me tell you about this ice cream I'm painting. The ice cream itself is an homage to the person that gave me these paints. They know. Sorry, if they know, they know. And then the ice cream itself I got the other day, and it was black licorice flavour up the top, which is delicious. It was so good, and such a peculiar flavour. Like, I love black licorice, but I would never picture it as an ice cream. But no, it was really yum. And then the one below was a mango passion fruit and raspberry sorbet, and that was just fine. So delicious. Putting the passion fruit pips in. But yeah, delicious ice cream. Me and one of my mates, we're hoping to go back next week actually. Same kind of idea, a cute walk with ice cream at the end. It's always a lovely way to go about life. And it was definitely a fun thing to do together. And great ice cream, which is a bonus, So I think that's all I want to do for this painting. Just a nice, simple one, and I feel like I've gotten quite used to the gouache and how it works. This is the painting a bit up close. I'll do a second lower layer over these paints here, but I'll do that off camera, and I'll come back to you with those results and give you a better look at the painting once again. Okie dokie, here we have the finished painting, and the swatches below. I also forgot to mention that paper does make a difference. So even if you're just painting with gouache on regular paper, the results will shift depending on your paper. Same with watercolor. This is 100% cotton paper by Winsor & Newton. It isn't heavy, it's 200 GSM, so the paper does warp a little bit with more water added on. But this paper is very reliable. And it's definitely the one I recommend because it is the most affordable for me. But if you have better options where you live, definitely try those instead. Overall, these gouaches were very fun to use, and they're still going. Like 5 out of 7 still are wet and usable from their tube. The other 2 will be a little bit more difficult to use, and I'll be less likely to use them. But they're still usable. Like, I can still use them just fine, and they are very, very fun to use and paint with and perform well like you'd hope a gouache would. No issues had whatsoever, and it was very fun to try the new brand, old brand. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was fun. I'm sorry there wasn't too much painting on camera. It really depends on the day as to how much I end up doing with you guys. But I still hope this was fun and informative maybe, and have a good day.